Hello, welcome to Shipwreck Central. We're live from the dive with Mike Fletcher,
Warren Fletcher,
and Jim Delgado.
We're about to descend into 230 feet of very clear, warm water here in the Florida Keys on a wreck that's only recently been identified as the Queen of Nassau. To us Canadians, she'll always be remembered as the Canada, one of Canada's earliest warships.
You can see the amount of gear we have strapped to us. We're doing a fairly deep technical dive with a bottom mix of about 18% oxygen and 50% helium, and two different deco mixes, one of 36% nitrox and 100% oxygen. And we'll be doing a 20-minute to 25-minute dive to 220 feet, so we'll have to stay about 10 feet off the bottom at all times. We're just coming in now. We're going to land on the port side of the ship, and we had a small downline just tied to a davit there, lifeboat davit, and just had a small buoy on the end. We free dropped into the water and descended down that small line and started to explore the wreck.
We moved forward on the starboard side at first. We just wanted to get a feel for the ship, get a sense of its structure, and orient ourselves on the vessel. But we were on a specific mission. We were about to recover an artifact that was specifically identified and marked for recovery. But first we had to get to know our way around the ship. It's amazing the amount of structure that still stands above the bottom. You'll notice here her main deck still perfectly intact. The hull itself is largely intact, but you'll notice the big gaping holes. This is the weather deck, the wooden planking long gone, eaten by the wood-consuming worms and organisms of the salt water of the Florida Keys. The Queen of Nassau is located in a national marine sanctuary here in Key Largo in the Florida Keys.
As you can see, this vessel was built originally not just as a warship, but specifically for fisheries protection for the Dominion of Canada. And ironically enough, today, sitting on a hard sand bottom, the wreck is a haven for fish and, of course, the occasional diving visitor like Mike and Warren.
We're now going to move forward on the ship a little farther, and we were scheduled to actually recover an artifact on this dive, which the Sea Hunters as a group rarely do. We were just there to document NOAA and NERC's recovery of an artifact which was at risk of being possibly taken or even damaged by fishermen's nets or marine conditions under the ocean. And you'll see us here in a moment just recovering this artifact.